Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Since it's Teacher Appreciation Week, I decided I was going to do a few of these little teacher items, show you guys. And these would be perfect for cupcakes or a little cake, but I'm going to make them real quick so you can see how I do it. If you'd like to do it at home yourself, that's great. This is your tutorial. If not, you can go to my Etsy store, AmandasEdibleArt, and you can order them straight from me. So, ready to start? We'll start with the apple. I have all my colors here under the cups so they don't dry out. So we're just gonna pinch off a little apple size. And these are small for cupcake size, so they can be made bigger, whatever size you need. But for our purposes, this is perfect. So we're just gonna make a ball. And then taper it at the bottom so it's more like a teardrop shape, and flatten it like a little apple shape. And then I'm going to take this tool, which I have no idea what it's called, and just stick it in the bottom, make that little bottom part. If you know what that bottom part is called, leave me a comment and let me know, because I don't know. So I'm just gonna make some wrinkles in the bottom of the apple. I'll take them up so you can see them a little bit on the side, just a few. Makes it more realistic looking. So bottom is basically done. And now we're gonna do the same thing in the top. Just make a little hole. Take our brown. Make a tiny little snake and flatten it on the end. So see, it looks like a little stem. Stick that in there. All right, and now we'll make the little leaf. Just super quick. Make a ball. Taper it on both ends, flatten it, and then you can just take one of your tools, make some lines, little leaf lines. I'm doing this left-handed, so bear with me. Okay. Now we're going to take our water pen, a little bit of water, tiny bit on there, stick our leaf, like so. And basically your apple's done at this point now. If you'd like to, you could add some color to the top. Now I have some yellow, some green, brown dusts, and I get these dusts from a specialty cake store that's in Orlando. They can also be ordered online. They're edible luster dusts. I'm just going to take a little bit of this orange, like the tiniest little bit of it, and give it a little dust at the top to make it look more authentically like an apple. All right, so we've got our apple. I made mine a little smaller than this one, but apples are all different sizes, so it doesn't really matter. Put these back. Okay, next I have this tiny ruler here. And I did two different sides, so whichever side you like, it doesn't really matter. Also for this, you're going to need an edible marker. These are completely edible. You can draw on your food with them and it won't hurt anybody. So, get some green in my yellow. Hold please. This is a hazard. I got my leaf color into my yellow, so we're gonna just mix it up. doesn't really matter that much. Okay. Just gonna roll this out pretty thin, but you don't want it too thin. Take my scalpel and just cut the ends, make a little ruler shape. And I don't usually use a ruler to make a ruler, but you can if you want. I usually just eyeball this kind of thing. Okay, now I'm going to take my edible marker, and I'll try to do this in your direction so you can see what I'm doing. So basically, I'm going to pull the marker. Can you see?
Kind of.
Kind of? Okay, I'm gonna hit the fondant and pull gently away. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay. Because when you try to draw on fondant that is still pliable, it drags and it can make a mess. So you just have to be a little bit careful with this. So I'm just gonna do 3 little lines and then 1 longer line. And then 3 small lines, longer line. And that's a ruler. You can do the other side if you like. I really like it only on one side, but here's 2 different ways you can see. All right, now when you go to pick things up so that they don't get messed up, just pick it up with your tool and set that aside.
And she could pick the other one up with her hand because it was already dried.
Because this was dried from earlier. Thank you, Matthew. Yes, sometimes I forget to tell you the things that you need to know. Okay. So next I'm going to do a little book, do a little math book. I'm just going to take a little bit of white fondant, and you want it to be pretty thick actually, because I mean it's a book. But you're just cutting a small rectangle out of this. And it doesn't have to be perfect because you see how sloppy I did that. You can come back and clean it up. And then use your fingers to just make it nice. Fondant all over my hands. Pardon. It's a hazard. Okay, so the next step for the book is the pages. So I want a little bit of detail in this book. So I'm just gonna take my scalpel and run it down the length of 3 sides. These 3 sides is all you're really gonna be able to see. And it's not super visible, but if somebody looks very closely, you're gonna see that this book actually has little mock pages. And it's the details that really make these little toppers special. Okay, so I did the 3 sides, and we're going to do our book in navy blue. So I'm just going to roll out some of this navy fondant, and you want it to be bigger than your book, obviously. Okay. So the way we do this is you're going to cut one side and then put your little book in there. We want to leave a little bit of the cover sticking out, and then cut it close, but again on these 2 sides leave a little bit of the cover. So then at this point I'll pick it up with my scalpel because you could still mess it up here. And then fold it the other way, like this. And then I'm just gonna cut it straight across. All right. So there you have your little book. And then I'll take my tool, my Dresden tool, And this is where the details come in. We're gonna make the little crack where you open the book here. And then a couple on the sides, just to make it look more realistic. Like this. Very simple. All right. And then we're going to take our edible marker, and you can write whatever you want on this. Math, spelling, language arts, you could put a teacher's name.
Good luck writing language arts on that.
Health class. It's a tiny book. We're going to write math, just like I did here. So what I do when I'm about to write on something with a marker that isn't going to come off, I just sort of trace in the air where my letters are going to be. So I need to go a little smaller than what I was originally thinking. And you only want to go in one direction with these markers. You don't want to scribble back and forth. Just pull down.
Well, they can't see it.
Pull down.
That's for sure. Because you have to like write like that.
Well, right, I can't really write upside down.
Turn your whole body. And write way over
How?
there. No, I'm saying.
Can they see it here?
No, because your hand's in the way.
Well, I'm sorry.
If you just sit straight and write like.
Sit straight,
like,
like this?
Yeah.
Oh, you can see it like this.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Matthew. Okay. All right. Tiny math book.
Nice.
All right, one more item and then we're done with our little teacher collection, our little teacher cupcake collection. And all these things you can get on my Etsy page, or you can make them yourself at home. If you have any questions, just shoot them at me. Matthew will let me know and I will answer any questions you have. So basically this is chalk, super easy, little snake, and you can do a little angle on your chalk if you want, or just flat. Some people like the angle, some people don't. It's a personal preference, I suppose, but there we are. Teacher Appreciation Week.